Hello everybody. Today I'm going to create an application using Hibernate for the object relational mapping. So for that, if you are not having your Hibernate plugin in Eclipse, you can just go to this website, and this is the website here, and then choose which version of Eclipse do you have. For example, I am having Kepler, so I click Kepler and then I will copy this URL and put it in help. Go to help, new, install new software, and then uh, paste the website where Hibernate is located, Hibernate in JBoss. So it's gonna be like this. Just copy it, and then you can look for Hibernate. Here it is, and install it. Install the plugin in your Eclipse. I have already installed Eclipse. I have already installed Hibernate. Sorry, so I don't need to install it one more time. And for that, I'm going to start my application. I will create a web dynamic application because after creating an Hibernate application, I will go and create a web application using Struts and Spring. For that, I'm gonna create a dynamic project. It's gonna be like this. I'll call it like Hibernate 1. I will need Apache Tomcat later if I am gonna continue in working in this web application. So it was already installed. I will show you later how to install it and everything. So I will click finish. So here it is. So to start an Hibernate application, you would need some libraries. So here I have just created a simple web dynamic project. I am not using Maven here, as you see. So I need some Hibernate libraries. I have them in another project that I have already created. So those are the libraries that I need. So I need all these libraries, the Hibernate library, the Commons libraries, and I need a connector to the database. I am using Postgres for my database, so I need all these libraries. I'll just copy them and paste them here in the library. So here they are. So this is the first thing you do. After that, I will create my first bean, which is gonna be for example, employee. I will create an employee bean. For that, I'm gonna create a class. So you go click new class. I will call it employee. No, this is the package, so I will put it in a package called services, for example, with a constructor from the superclass object, and finish. So I'm gonna create my attributes. All my attributes are gonna be private. So I'm gonna create, for example, private first name. Private is gonna be a string. Private string, for example, last name, and for sure we need primary key. So I'm gonna create it of type long. So it's gonna be, let's do ID employee. It's gonna be something like this. and then after that I'm gonna create my getters and setters for this entity. Go to sources, generate getters and setters, select all. Okay. After that I'm gonna create a constructor with parameterized constructor. I'll go to source, create using fields. Well, my ID is gonna be incremented, so I don't need to just add to create my objects using the ID. So it's gonna be incremented. So I just need the first and the last name for the parameters of my constructor. Here they are. So this is my first class, and after that you are gonna click on the right on your mouse and go. Because I have already added that Hibernate plugin. So when you add this Hibernate plugin, you will find it here. So here I'm gonna create an Hibernate XML mapping file for my class employee. So I'm just gonna click Hibernate XML mapping file, click next, and then I'm gonna look for my class, which is this one. Here it is, and finish. So after that you are gonna see this XML file created. Go to source. So this is the Hibernate mapping XML file that is going to be created, and some Hibernate versions you have to create it yourself and type all these informations. But the version I'm using 3.4, so it was already created, the table and the columns. And to be more professional, I'm gonna call my columns ID employee. It's gonna be like this. First name's gonna be something like this. It's gonna be, and my ID employee is gonna be incremented. So I'm not gonna assign it, but it is gonna be incremented. So I click Control space, and then here it is, increment. So this is my Hibernate mapping XML file. After that, I will need to create an Hibernate session, and for that I will need a class called. I have already created this class. It is inputted in a folder called util. This class is called Hibernate util Java, and I have to have this XML file too. So I'm just gonna copy them and put them in my source folder here. So here they are. So this Hibernate util class allows me to create a session, an Hibernate session, to get access to my database. And this Hibernate configuration XML file allows me to add my JDBC and my database connection settings and everything. So here, since I am having a Postgres database, I am using this connection driver, or the Postgres.driver, and this is the URL. URL is going to be something like this. My database name is going to be employee. Let's capitalize it. And I'm gonna create a username called user1 with this password root, and I'm gonna create a table. So I'm gonna increment this line. So this is to create a table. My mapping XML file exists in a folder or in a package called services, and it is called employee.hbm.xml. So it's gonna be something like this. So if you are using another database instead of Postgres, you have just to change the connection driver. You have to change the connection URL. If you are having a username and password, you have to put them here. If you don't have them, you gotta just remove them, and then you gotta change this dialect. So I am done with this file, and right now I'm going to create my my implementation. I'm gonna create it, for example, like here in the services package. So I'm gonna create a new class. I will call this class, let's see, I'll call it something DAO implementation, and then finish. So I'm gonna create an example. So let's create a method that add an employee object to my database. So let's create it's gonna return nothing, so it's gonna be of type void, and let's call it add employee. It's gonna receive an employee and add it in the database. And for that's why I need that class, the Hibernate util class, just to create a session. So it's gonna be something like this: session. I'm gonna call my that class Hibernate util, and then I'm gonna create a section factory and get current session, add the library of session. It's gonna be org.hibernate.session, and then I'm gonna start my session. It's gonna be session.begin transaction, and after that I'm gonna save my my object. So it's gonna be E. This is my object, and then make a commit. To make a commit, you gotta do something like this. So this is my implementation, and to test to test my code, I'm gonna create a test class. I'll call it test with main heritage, and let me create an instance of employee. Call it like E1 equal. I'm gonna create objects of employee. New. So let me call this Eric, and last name York, for example. Let me create another object, employee E2 equal new employee with parameters. Let me call it Jessica, for example. Last name Montana. Employee E3 equal new employee Gary, for example. Last name Mexico. I don't know. And then I'm gonna create an instance of my implementation, of my DAO implementation. Import, let me call it DAO. So it's gonna be implementation, and then I'm gonna call, yeah, I call it the inflow. Uh, and then I'm gonna call my method that I have created in my DAO implementation class. So it is gonna be something like this. DAO dot add employee 1, DAO dot add employee 2, DAO dot add employee 3. And this is my test class. And before testing, I have to create the database. So this is my database. It is Postgres. So I'll go click on database, new database, and I'll call it employee. I have already created a user called user1 with a password root, so I'm gonna give it to this database, and then click OK. It's gonna take a few seconds to be created. Alright, here it is. This is my database. I'll go to schema public. As you see, there is no columns, there is no tables here in my database. So let me go to my test class and test this this project. I'll go to run and Java application. So it is telling me that there is some. So here it is. So I think I didn't write it correct. Employee in configuration here. So just fix it and make sure it was written correctly in the database. Yes. Go back here. Test. Clear my console. Run Java application. Here it is. So the table was created. I'll go here and refresh my database. So here you see one. So this is my table employee. What's inside? Yeah, so those are my data. They were inserted in my table. They are Eric, York, Jessica, Montana, Gary, Mexico, and the ID was incremented. This is it for today. In my next video, I'm gonna show you how to extract or create queries and extract data from my database. That's gonna be in my next video. Thank you for following up and have a good day.